I'm just signing into this StreamYard. It didn't work. That's okay. Hey everyone, welcome today. I am Sophia Rego, the founder of Fia Soul Wisdom and your intuitive connector at Holistic Concierge. For the past 8 years, I have been connecting healers and spiritual experts across the globe, creating a space where aligned souls can meet, collaborate, and grow. Think of me as your personal connection desk for the soul, here to help you manifest the right people and opportunities for your path. I have been holding this community featuring members on Instagram, and across the time I've met beautiful souls, and today I have a beautiful holistic partner with me, Adrianne Hart, and she is a hypnosis expert. And I welcome her. And yes, she's going to share about herself and what she does. Welcome, Adrian.
Welcome, Sophia. Thank you for welcoming me. I'm so happy to be here today. I am Adrianne Hart. I am a wellness hypnotist for over 20 years now, and I do specialize in healthy weight, deep sleep, and habit upgrades. I give away all of my sessions for free on the Get Well With Me podcast, which can be found everywhere, and on my YouTube channel. So, thank you for creating this opportunity. If it's all right with you, I'd like to just kind of share my own philosophy on hypnosis. So I take a position of excellence, not perfection. So I find that especially as healers, content creators, we can be so hard on ourselves. And I encourage us to keep moving forward and keep in mind excellence and not perfection. It's really important that we carve out time for ourselves to be still and rejuvenate our mind. Also, my one of my favorite definitions of hypnosis um, is to take radical responsibility for the content of our minds and the reality that it creates. And I'd like to say that again, taking radical responsibility for the content of our mind and the reality it creates. And I find that hypnosis, getting into that meditative state with an intention and a purpose, that is the best way and the fastest way to achieve results and to make changes. So that's what I've been doing for a long time. And that's what I really love to do. Um, let's see if there's something else that I should share. Um, so part of my philosophy is recognizing that our words help to shape our thinking, help to shape our perspective, that we create as we narrate, that essentially every time we speak, every cell in our body is listening to every word that we say. So it's very important to speak to ourselves and about ourselves in a way that's going to serve us best. Something that I often like to share is that it's very wise to trade in that old phrase, the older I get, and delete that from your mind, replace it with the longer I live. Because when we say the longer I live, it impresses our brilliant unconscious mind. I call that the brilliant unconscious mind. It impresses our bum with the ideas of longevity and experience and wisdom. So the longer we live, the better we actually get at playing this game of life. And a lot of people don't win at life because they don't realize it's a game and that they are the owner of the control panel. So when we can kind of do life with that idea in mind, it's very easy to reduce resistance to achieving our goals and even just having peace, right? Because there's so much struggle, there's so much strive. And to be able to leverage the power of our brilliant unconscious minds to have the life that we want, it's not a difficult process. It's so easy. Would it be okay if I share with you my thoughts on the hypnagogic
Absolutely.
state? Okay.
Absolutely. I have some questions for you. I'll keep them for the end.
Okay, perfect. So, oh, I'm seeing the comments. Yes, love the philosophy of being the owner of the control panel. That is so true. And one of the ways that we can access that control panel so simply is when we're drifting off to sleep at night, because we do go to sleep every night, whether we do it on time or whether we have a positive relationship with our sleep or not. Essentially, at some point every day, we shut down our conscious mind. And no matter how much resistance we have in that process, it's important to realize that that's kind of like I don't want to say, I don't want to use the word magic, but it is a power time. It is a powerful time. That hypnagogic state is when you're going to sleep and you pass through the same state that you would be in a state of light and then deep hypnosis. So if there's some change in your life that you want to make or a problem that you want to solve, you can simply ask yourself that question before you go to sleep, or impress your mind with your most optimal outcomes, or ask yourself to dream about those most optimal outcomes. Because even though our conscious mind goes to sleep at night, our brilliant unconscious mind, it never sleeps. It never sleeps. It's always on your side. It's healing your body. It's breathing your lungs. It's beating your heart. It's preparing to expel and let go of anything in your body that is not good for you. And just the way that we do that with our body, we can do that with our mind, and we can do it so intentionally. So that is why I've dedicated my YouTube channel to a good portion of it to sleep hypnosis. There's sessions there for daytime, like if you only have a nap, 20 minutes or something, and you have to get back to work. But also many of the sessions are designed for uninterrupted sleep, so that you can program your mind or challenge your mind to keep working for you all night long, whether that's achieving a healthy outcome, reminding yourself of your will to be well, deciding before you go to bed that you're going to wake up in the morning with motivation and energy. Really setting an intention and having your brilliant unconscious mind work on it for you all night long. So that's what my hypnosis channel is about on YouTube, and my podcast as well. And it's called Get Well with Me.
I love it. I definitely, my question to you, and I think many do ask this question, if that's okay, Adrian. So, one of the things that come across when I say hypnosis to anybody is, what are the myths that you've heard of
Mm.
hypnosis? When people, what's your way to say that, what's the difference between hypnosis sessions?
Sure. That is a really great question. And I often just assume that everyone is in touch with the power of their unconscious mind. So I appreciate you bringing that to my awareness. The biggest misconception that I often get is also a truth. So that's when someone says that hypnosis is mind control. So it is mind control. It's you controlling your own mind. There is no one who can make you do something. When we see silly things on stage, like someone clucking like a chicken or barking like a dog, it's because there is a part of them that wants to, and they want to kind of cast off that persona of not being able to be silly or taking themselves so serious. And so they're the people who volunteer to get into that state of mind. And so essentially, even though the hypnotist is running the show, so to speak, or running that person's mind, it's not without their consent. Hypnosis is always consensual. So if you're not running your own mind, someone else is. And that happens on an unconscious basis, not when we intentionally say, yes, I'd like to close my eyes. I'd like to relax now. Yes, I'd like to be a non-smoker. Yes, I'd like to be in a healthy relationship. Yes, I'd like to sleep well tonight. Yes, I'd like to sleep through the night without waking up. Or yes, I'd like to go to sleep. And if I do need to get up for some reason, I'd like to be able to go right back to sleep. So, so hypnosis, the biggest misconception I get is that it's mind control, but it also is true because it is you controlling your own mind.
The one thing I realized when I met you, I kind of stayed away from hypnosis. For some reason, it didn't come into my energetic field. I heard of it. I knew of people who had done it, but I never went into it. And when I came to you, it took me a while because I was always between either on the train or sitting on my bed. And then once I said, okay, I'm going to switch off my computer and I'm just going to lie down.
Mm.
And I've had such amazing, I have literally gone running late for my sessions because I've gone off to sleep. And so one of my takeaways for myself personally, and that's one of the reasons when we work and I have you as a partner, where I recommend people, there are so many different modalities that people should come and test and try and see if it works. One day it works, one day it doesn't.
Mhm.
And that's one of the things for me, what I like about working and coming to your Wednesday sessions. And I've also now picked up on your Spotify, and I found that you have your 24-hour sleep hypnosis. And I was just like, okay, let's stop, let's get on to this. And I personally have left a habit that I am so proud of, and I was just not able to shake it off. And suddenly one day I was just like, what's happening? Wait, what just happened? So I'm really so happy to share your work and get people to watch you. I think that's one of the things. It's about getting comfortable with someone and seeing the work, and it's not a one-time fix, right? And
Mhm.
that's one of the reasons you have your weekly sessions. So tell everybody, how many sessions have you been doing now?
Oh, thank you. So this past Wednesday, I completed my 189th Wednesday in a row of group hypnosis on Zoom, and we call that Wellness Wednesday. I
Yes.
was inspired to start Wellness Wednesday a few years ago. I felt that there is power in I know that there is power in a group experience. A lot of times when a person comes to a hypnotist, and I do have many clients who book with me for one-to-one sessions all around the world. They go to adriannehart.com, they book a session. However, I love more than anything my group sessions. I always say I'm going to do them until I'm 100 years old. And the reason is that that group consciousness, that group energy, 1, 2, 3, 10, 15 people coming together with an intention to be better. And it's, even though I do rotate the topics on a weekly basis, and one might be about sleep and one might be about dissolving sugar cravings, and on, anything that's wellness related, that's mindset and health related. I want to empower people to recognize that happiness, that is for other people, but happiness, that's for you too, that it is available to you. And when you consistently, intentionally impress your mind and beautify the inside of your mind, it's no surprise that your reality becomes more beautiful. And Wellness Wednesday is a place that we get together, we chat a little bit, we maybe share some things that we're thankful for, something beautiful that we saw that week. We get into a mini meditation where each person is acknowledged. And then we basically, I say it's nap time. Why in kindergarten did we have to give up nap time? So I encourage everyone to snuggle back, snuggle down, recognize that it is safe to be here now. And we go very deeply, and I paint beautiful images and metaphors and ideas and post hypnotic suggestions on the
Yeah.
brilliant unconscious mind of everyone who's in the group.
And that's the beauty of it. if you don't make it for the session, it goes onto YouTube. So that's
Yes.
where you can find it all. And sometimes I go hunting for the sessions because I totally zoned out and I was like, I want to find that same session and I want to kind of like save it. And that's that part where people can and their comfort, right? They can just go
Mhm.
onto your channel. And what I do is when I go into channel with for a client to recommend your sessions, I go intuitively and say, hey, and that's what I did just last week. Was my client was like, I'm struggling to sleep, and I went through and I go, okay, listen to this one. And then you can go scrolling, but that's how I have been spreading your word, and I love it. So thank you so much, Adrian, for your time and just being you. Your presence makes such a big difference. Your voice has become a kind of voice in my head anytime I'm like struggling with sleep. Sometimes I don't go to YouTube because sometimes I get can you can start to scroll into YouTube also. But yes, there have been many days I've actually put like a challenge for myself because I do struggle with sleep. I can have late nights where I give myself like 3 days, 5 days where I just listen to some of your tracks before I go to sleep, and oh, the mornings that of after that has been amazing when I've woken up. So I recommend anyone that's watching now or later, go have a look at Adrian's, listen to her sessions again, not just once, twice, thrice. Anything else that you'd like to share with the community before we head out?
I just want to thank you for this time. I do want to point out that the easiest way to find me on YouTube is just to type in my name. I'm most easily searchable by just typing in Adrianne Hart, like you see on the screen there, or click on any links that Sophia provides. And I guess I just want to close with reminding everyone who's watching that you are the CEO of your own mind. You are in the control room. And if there's something in your circumstances, in your body, or even in your feelings that you feel needs a tune up, you have the power to do that. So thank you so much, Sophia.
Thank you, everyone, and have a blessed day. Much love.
Much love.